In high school, we have the jocks, the football team, the cheerleaders, the mathletes, and the chess club. In our high school, we have the strike force, Hornet style. To the strike force, we do things differently. The members of the strike force, Hornet, are our own breed. As said before, we are different. Myself, Natalia, Cheyenne, Allie, Emily Carney, Connor, Tim, Sarah Baxter, Brendan Campbell, Robin Bray, Glennis, Tyler, Jason, Captain Mr. Green, Coleman, Kira, Victoria, Justine, John, Luke, Amy, Paige, Nicholas, Jonah, Mackenzie, Wilson, Jenna, Bethany, Greg, Emily S., Lindsay Bitts, Jessica, Over these last few months, I have gotten to know these people very well, and we have become a tight-knit group. Most people would roll their eyes and complain about spending 2 hours a day learning about history and English. So, I will admit, class seems never-ending at times. Those 2 hours, I seem to learn more than I ever did the entire 4 years of high school. Now, I know Mr. Green thinks that all I did in class was gossip with Allie, learn the secret menu at Starbucks, and talk about hair. Well, to his surprise, I actually learned a lot more than that. I did learn about how Canada became a nation, and I learned about the First World War, but I also learned about some more important things, like, for example, the Prime Minister's salary, which I forget, but hey, we did learn it. From the curriculum, I took away a lot of valuable life lessons from the strike force. The first thing we did in class was read the Solitude and Leadership essay. First thing we did in class was read the Solitude and Leadership essay. The other 17-year-old, I was not happy about reading an essay, but it ended up being way better than expected. William Deresiewicz, which I don't know how to pronounce, who wrote the essay, spoke about qualities of leadership and what it really means to be a leader. A good quote from the essay was, "My students, like you, were energetic, accomplished, smart, and often ferociously ambitious, but was that enough to make them leaders? Most of them, as much as I liked and even admired them, certainly didn't seem to me like leaders. Does being a leader, I wondered, just mean being accomplished, being successful? Does getting straight A's make you a leader? I didn't think so. So it really made me think, what is a leader? What makes someone become a leader in this world? Like the two that run our school, the two that run our grade, and the one who rules our classroom." He linked being able to lead and being able to think, which I thought was a very neat comparison. Another good quote from the essay is, "There are a lot of highly educated people who don't know how to think at all." I guess the essay just really made me think about a lot of things. I really enjoyed this section about social media. Coming from the social media queen herself, it was a real eye-opener. The essay says we have 968 friends that we never actually talk to. Instead, we just bounce one-line messages off them 100 times a day. For me, I have 2,003 Facebook friends and 579 followers on Twitter who follow my nonsense. I don't even know the point of having social media, yet I'm still addicted to it. A distraction where we bombard ourselves with other people's thoughts. Welcome to 2013, I guess. Topic, we talked about university. This was helpful because it was right around the time that I was applying for universities. Discussion must have been beneficial because I was offered admission at all 3 schools that I applied to. I am happy to say that I accepted my offer to the UBC in Kelowna and I know that I will take the lessons I learned in the strike force to British Columbia with me. I hope by then I get over my love for procrastination and fear of public speaking. Unfortunately, I don't think I will find a professor in university who lets us watch The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Star Wars, and best for last, the Titanic. Mr. Green, you taught me that if I put the dreadful work into something, that it will be worth it in the end. Like being on time for school every single day, rushing out of bed because there's never parking in first period. Worth it to watch the Titanic and watch Leonardo DiCaprio. Watching The Breakfast Club taught me that I was robbed of my teenage years and childhood because I've never seen it before. One of the most relevant quotes from The Breakfast Club is, "We are all pretty bizarre. Some of us are just better at hiding it." The Breakfast Club is all about members of completely opposite cliques coming together. I'm happy to say that our grade kind of did that this year, an exclusive group. In Spain, I was to sit on the plane with a boy who I maybe said 3 words to in grade 9. I was like, oh great, and rolled my eyes, unhappy about the situation. But I just told myself that I had to make the most of the situation I was in because I couldn't change it. We ended up having an awesome time together, and we even ended up spending our 4-hour shopping day in Barcelona together. On the topic of Spain, all the talk we had about Quebec was relevant because I realized how much I hate the French. Even with the recent skip day planning, we put our clique aside to all come together. Speaking of skip day, I now officially know how to skip school the right way. The steps are: 1. Act like you aren't feeling well. 2. Don't forget the clammy hands. 3. Pretend you're actually trying to go to school. 4. Act like school is very important to you. 5. Assure you will be fine. 6. Acknowledge your parents for being nice, loving, and caring people. And 7, once they leave, it's time to have some fun. Hey Amy, remember that one day. The thing I learned is that you should never, ever, ever let the strike force have a class discussion, aka debate. Things get way too serious and friendships are on the verge of ending. That gets the class heated is mystery. Having Emily and Greg being our representatives, we all know that the girls are the real winners. So grade 12 is over now, and I still don't know how to properly write an essay. I don't know the location of my locker or my locker combination. I am an AP Calculus dropout, and I still have trouble spelling definitely. I spent the entire year counting down the days until graduation. I even remember one time tweeting 90 days with a praying hand sign. Now I realize that I'm going to miss high school a lot more than I thought I would. I'll be honest that it was one hell of a year, and some days the end of June just could not come any quicker. Now that it is here, I realize that all the bullshit is what makes you stronger. So, I may not have been a superstar soul and racked up the awards, but I know I'll be remembered as the girl who was voted most dramatic out of her graduating class and had a grad quote about Justin Bieber. Thank you, Strike Force. I'll leave you with this.